We all have that one friend, the one who says exactly what's on their mind, no matter what. And that's Sheetal Mars.
That's right. Every week, my friends and I dive into whatever's on my mind: sports, politics, pop culture, even my own struggles, you name it. If I'm thinking about it, we're talking about it.
Unfiltered, unapologetic, and just a little dangerous.
Hello, hello. Everyone hopes I would be, but I'm never done. There's just so much to say. This is another episode of Sheetal Weapon. I am Lethal Sheetal. Why? Because the joke doesn't work unless you say my name right. And I've been asked so many times recently, what is your show about? And my common answer is nothing, like Seinfeld. It's a show about nothing. But really, it is a show about me talking about what matters to me, what I care about, what comes up to my head, and that I need to get out. And it's kind of my version of talk therapy into the void. You heard me just say that. So today, I have a guest. But the last couple episodes, I've had a guest.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to welcome my guest, Jill. And I will let you introduce yourself.
Oh boy, that could be all kinds of things, I suppose.
Let's start with, how do we know each other?
Mhm.
And what do you do for a living? I interviewed your boyfriend, partner,
Mhm.
Eric, recently.
Mhm.
But I like you better. So you go ahead.
So I'm Jill, and I met Sheetal through Eric, my partner. Y'all are neighbors. And it felt like that scene in Step Brothers where we were like, did we just become best friends?
Oh my. It was even before we met
Mhm.
that I felt that. Because he would talk about you. And I would go, okay, there's two of us. I'm like, I like her so much. And then it was like, how do I meet you? How do I meet you? How do I meet you?
Yeah.
And you went through a lot recently.
Yeah.
But you went through a lot recently. So I wasn't pushing it.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you're going through a lot. Let me camp out your house
Yeah.
and just see what your life's about.
Yeah.
Because we're going to be best friends.
Yeah.
So now that that's more past tense than
Mhm.
present tense,
Mhm.
we got the opportunity to actually meet in person.
Well, we were going back and forth in text for these different dates and stuff, and all the dates were so far out. And I was like, I don't want to wait that long. I've already waited so long. And so we compromised and did a day where we all had our kids. And so I was looking forward to having a kid-free game night. Well, of course, my kids weren't there, but Eric's kids were there.
Mm-hmm.
And it just worked out nicely because we were able to meet each other sooner. And I was like,
Yeah.
this could not have happened sooner.
I talked to Eric and I was like, okay, yes, I want to do it soon. I want to do it sooner too. But I was like, let's do a mini with kind of the protection of using our kids as an excuse to leave.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Like, let's see if we vibe.
Test the waters.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, I need to test it because I feel like I felt like we would get along. But
Mhm.
I don't know. And you're pretty competitive. And I can be
Yeah.
competitive when I need to be,
Yeah.
but I didn't know what level I needed to meet you at.
Right. If I had walked into your house and saw Monopoly on the table, I would have just had to turn around and walk right out. Be like, this isn't going to work. I'm so sorry.
Right.
Because I have flipped a table playing Monopoly, and that was the last time I played.
Yes.
I hate that game.
Now it's like, okay, well, is it going to be tense? Is there trash talking? Are we
Yeah.
going to, like, where are we at? And part of me wanting to play games, one is I want to do a little bit of thinking.
Yeah.
Not a lot of bit of thinking, but a little bit of thinking. But I want to relax and have fun and have conversation and have it be not
Yeah.
necessarily easy, but social.
Yeah.
And it's hard when I've played games with some people and they're so sticklers by the rule.
Mhm.
You can't get up to pee because it's your turn and like
Mhm.
we're not going to wait for you. Like, calm it down.
A couple of us have had babies. We need to go to the bathroom when we got to go to the bathroom.
We tested it out and we were playing poker.
Uh-huh.
And you have probably a similar amount of experience with poker as I do. And
Mhm.
I played from high school through college. And then when
Mhm.
I got a big girl job, it kind of fell away.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've played more. You probably played more recently than I.
Yeah. I started in college when I met my now ex-husband. He played a lot of poker. And I was like, man, if I want to spend any time with this guy, I'm going to need to learn how to play. And for my 21st birthday, everybody went to the bar. I went to the casino, went to Mohegan Sun and Foxwoods, and we would play in the poker rooms there. And I got pretty good pretty quickly and really enjoyed it too. And found that I also just seemed to have a natural advantage at the poker table, just being a female.
Yes.
Because guys are so dumb and they
Right.
refuse to lay down an inferior hand when they know
Yes.
that they're beat to a female sometimes. So I was like, this is great. I like this game.
Yeah.
And so I did play quite a bit. And then we ended up not having kids until we were 30.
Mm-hmm.
So we had plenty of time and we played a lot. But there's been a good break. I would say probably the last couple of years I hadn't played in a while. So it was fun to.
I wanted to get a regular game night, poker night, some kind of thing like that going for a really long time. And I just couldn't find anybody who had the time to or who wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
And when I think I saw a post, like you guys made a Facebook post or something,
Mm-hmm.
anybody want to do a poker game?
Yeah.
Okay, this is a sign.
Yeah.
If there is a God, all of the gods,
Yeah.
pick a deity, is
Yeah.
saying, Sheila, this is your person. Your
Yeah.
person. And it just worked out.
Mm-hmm.
And it was funny because when talking to my husband, I always say opposites always meet. He's very calm, very level-headed,
Mm-hmm.
very responsible, very thorough, clean, organized. He's just that kind of person. And I will pick up my son in a bear suit. I'm amazed I show up places. Like, how did I get here?
Yeah.
I'm here now. That's great.
Yeah. Yeah.
I should have died several times on the way. We don't know how I managed to make it here. If I made it here, because half the time I don't even know what I'm supposed to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
And those two people always marry each other. Those
Yeah.
two people always find each other.
Yeah.
And I realized that, oh, you also like a shenanigan or two.
Oh, I shenan once and I will shenan again. I do love some good shenanigans.
We're always like that.
I feel like I went through a good chunk of time where I did not necessarily have somebody or a group of people that lived close to me that I was close enough with to let out those like childlike behaviors where you can just kind of be yourself and relax and just have fun and be silly and like let go of all those adult expectations people have for you, you know? But I really wanted to. And I think once I found my solid like friend group here, I feel like there was definitely more of a change in me where I could be more myself and I could be more open to, Eric calls it being a bag on the wind, just doing whatever,
Yes.
you know, because I am very type A in my work,
Mhm.
very type A, and I'm very detail oriented. Nothing will get by me at
Yeah.
work. And sometimes it's hard to let that go when I'm home. But if you can surround yourself with the right people, I feel like it's easier to just let that go and
Yeah.
just kind of go with the flow. And if somebody wants to mess around and have fun and like do something unplanned, oh my God, no, this wasn't on the calendar, but I happen to be open right now.
Yes. Like,
I'd be okay to say yes to those things now, you know?
I would love I don't have very many of those friends because with kids and work and everything,
It's hard.
I would love a you up kind of friend. It's 9. I want ice cream. Okay, let's go. So, brings me to part of the reason I wanted to talk to you and why having you on the show presented such a great opportunity for me and hopefully a great opportunity for you. And I do tell my limited audience
Mhm.
that I try to make a point in an hour. And you go through the whole hour. It's like a game. Did I make a point?
Yeah.
One of the things that changed for me, and this was, in talking to you beforehand, is this moment when you're a kid
Mhm.
and you've decided, it's clear you're a child, you're under the guidance of parents or authority figures or whatever.
Mhm.
And then it changes. And then you're an adult.
Mhm.
And I actually know the moment I went, I guess I'm an adult now.
Yeah.
But in my head, in my body, in my soul, I'm not. I'm just a person. And the moment for me when I realized, oh, I guess this is the change. This is the moment.
Yeah.
I was at a conference for work and I was by myself.
Mhm.
And I went to the hotel restaurant to get something.
Mhm.
So just something to eat because I hadn't eaten. I went to the hotel restaurant. I think I ordered nachos or something. It was loaded with cheddar cheese and I was very excited about it.
Sure.
Yes. So here's what happened. Fork into this thing and I bit into it. I'm like, broccoli. And I went,
Oh, what has happened?
I had a whole existential crisis about it. This is acceptable.
Yeah.
Why do I like this? Why is my palate saying this is okay?
Yeah.
This should be disgusting.
Yeah.
And I found I enjoyed it. It happened. Wasn't supposed to happen. Young forever. Did you have a moment or was it like, oh, or do you even not think that you're an adult at all and adulting just happens to you?
So I feel like a lot of my friends hung around after college, either moved back in with their parents or stayed close by in case they needed help or whatever. And, just did that slow launch after a couple of years, kind of took off. And I was the complete opposite. The day I graduated, I wanted to get the fuck out. I was ready to go. I did not want to live in my parents' house anymore. I didn't know what that was going to look like. And my boyfriend at the time, who then became my husband and now my ex-husband, moved from Connecticut to Maryland to live with his sister right after graduation. And so I ended up having to stay back another 30 days for like a random lifeguarding class. And then the day I finished that class, I went home. I packed everything I could in my little Dodge Neon with my limo tints on it. And I was like, peace out. I'm out of here. And I drove from Connecticut to Maryland. And there was so much anxiety in like saying goodbye to my parents because I really felt like they were going to be like, where do you think you're going? And I was like trying to like steel myself, right? I'm like, I'm 22 years old. I can do this if I want to. They're not the bosses of me anymore. But I also had no money. So also like, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
So I drove to Maryland and I moved into my boyfriend's sister's house with him, which my parents were not okay with, but what are they going to do?
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I still kind of feel now is like, I'm an adult on paper. The government expects certain things from me because I have been on this earth a certain amount of years against my will a lot of the time. Like,
yes.
Nobody said, I didn't ask to turn 40. Like, it just happened, But there was a point a couple years ago where I was like, I wanted to take my kids on vacation, just them and me. And I was like, do I have to ask my parents? Do I have to ask my parents if I can cross state lines in my crib? It's really weird. Like, I knew I didn't, but it just felt weird being like, I'm going somewhere with my kids and waiting for my parents to be like, oh, what do you think you're doing?
Yeah.
So, and then I got invited to go to Rome for work about a year and a half ago. And I was like, oh, this is it. I need a passport. I was like, do my parents have to sign my passport application? Like, it's always in the back of my mind. Like, do I need my parents to do something for me?
Yes.
And I'm 44 years old now. Like, I don't need my parents to do anything for me.
Right.
But I don't feel on the inside like I should be allowed to do these things.
I feel that way when I fly by myself.
Yeah.
I was like, there should be somebody supervising
Yeah.
this situation.
And like, I'll see people who are my same age. Like, my kids and I were watching an episode of Alone last night on Netflix. And one of the participants is 44 years old. And he looks like an old man. And I was like, there's no way we're the same age. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it wasn't that he had been like a drinker or just had like bad genes or whatever. He looked like a 44-year-old dude. And it's just shocking to me sometimes when I have to like put the pictures with the number, if that makes sense. But now there's a human boy in the mix. And so I'm trying to like talk to her about him. And I'm realizing very quickly that I have, air quotes, no idea what I'm talking about. I'm very uncool.
Yes.
And nothing in my history applies to her now because I'm old. And that doesn't feel good.
No.
And that's the first time I've really felt like this.
Yes. Well, it's a completely different, it's stages of life, but even the environment, the world she's doing this in
Yeah.
is completely different from the world I was exactly the same as you.
Mhm.
When I graduated from high school, when I was applying for colleges, I didn't even apply to the university that was within driving distance of my parents.
Mhm.
I'm like, how far can I get away
Mhm.
while still maintaining in-state tuition and my scholarship?
Mhm.
And I'm like, okay, this is Gainesville. The furthest point in-state was Miami.
That's right.
That's where I'm going. And I graduated. I took a year off because I graduated early. So I was 17 when I graduated high school. And I'm like, I don't want to be 17 in Miami.
Mhm.
I want to earn some money. So I got a job and I worked for a year and I deferred my acceptance for a year so that I would be 18 going to college.
Yeah.
And that was I'm so glad I did that. I'm so glad I took that year off because I was I need to get the fuck out. But I also I had gone through so much trauma
Mhm.
and so much crap. I'm like, I need to get my mind right
Mhm.
before I do.
I was not ready to go to college when I went to college.
Yeah.
That's what you did.
Yeah, that's what you
That's
did.
what I did.
Yeah. So I was like, get out. And that at that point, I was obsessed with being an adult, obsessed with being independent, obsessed with having my own car, my own money, my own job. No one could hold anything over me.
Mhm.
That was like the biggest thing. And
Mhm.
I've been an adult. If you ask my younger brother or even my older brother, I've been an adult my whole damn life. Like the three of us didn't really get to be kids.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until the cracks started forming in my adulthood when I had Ryan, because suddenly I didn't know what to do. And he kind of liked me.
Yeah.
And now I have to play with him and entertain him.
Yeah.
And then you have these weird moments of flashing back to your youth. And I go, this is actually my natural state. This is who I'm supposed to be.
Yeah.
Right? Like, don't be any of the things that you are. Do everything right. Do everything perfect. Be the perfect person and everything will work out for you. And then all of a sudden the perfection starts slipping away more and more and more. And then I turned 40 or getting close to 40. And this is like starting the podcast and stuff. I went, I don't care.
Yeah.
I think I need to care a lot less about things
Yeah.
and just let it ride and be whatever it is that comes to my mind
Yeah.
of what I would want to do. And then I realized, oh, fun
and
things.
people do like me.
But it was this kind of moment where I'm no longer procreating. I already have a job. I don't have anybody left to impress. Let's go live some life. Let's go try some new things. In this old ass body
Yeah.
than I ever did in childhood or young adulthood.
Yeah. I think that you get to a point now, especially like in your early 40s, where most people do have that epiphany for one reason or another. And to one degree or, to a very deep degree of where you're going to fall on that spectrum of how much do you not want to care anymore,
Yeah.
And because I think this is around the time where we really start to realize like we are done having kids. If that was part of what we did, we've had a job for a while now, or a few different jobs. So we've been able to experience a lot of different things. We've hopefully been in some type of relationship. So you've been able to experience a lot of different aspects of life and meet a lot of different people. And you start to realize like, we're all the same.
Yeah.
We're all the same. We're all out here with different color clothes on and doing crazy stuff with our hair and wild mascara and cat eye eyeliner, but we're all the same.
Mm-hmm.
We're all the same. We're all looking for the same things. We
Yeah.
want to be comfortable in our own skin. We want to have some people who understand us like without our mask on so that we can relax.
Yes.
And we want to have a full tum-tum and get a good night's sleep. It's crazy that it takes us so long to get there. And you're little, kids don't care about anything. They'll throw a tantrum in the store. They
Yeah.
don't give a shit who's watching them. And then, I have my daughter now who's very, oh my God, please don't.
Now
You know,
everything matters and the opinion of the
everything.
whole world matters.
And it'll stay like that for a little while. And then, she may or may not grow out of that into her 20s or something. But the longer you go, you start to realize that it doesn't matter. So it's almost like this bell curve.
Yeah.
Right? And we're like falling down the other side of the bell curve. We're like, we realize this doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We just want to go have fun and enjoy ourselves. but there's also like that, it's almost like kicking the balls every once in a while when your kids are like, you're not cool. Like, you don't even know how cool I am.
Yes, cool. Well,
You don't even know.
I did not invent cool, but I'm cool now.
Yeah, like this, what you think is cool is not cool, but
Right.
it's fine. You're learning. But there are so many times where I look at her and I just want to be like, I just wish you would be able to see. And I know that you can't, because I remember, believe it or not,
Mhm.
I remember being your age.
Yeah.
I know it seems like we're super old, but it really was not that long ago. I remember like the visceral feelings of some of those things that happened at that age. Like they still sit with me.
Yeah.
I know what I'm talking about. But if it was my mom telling me this, what I'm trying to tell you, like, please just trust me. Like, I know what I'm talking about. Okay,
Yeah.
whatever. You know, I'm like, I know that you're not going to, but everything that you're stressing out about right now does.
Yes.
But it matters to her.
But it matters. I remember being 13 and a bad school grade was like my life was over.
Yeah.
Or liking a boy who didn't know I exist. This was
Yeah.
my soulmate.
Duh.
We were destined to be together.
Duh.
And he wouldn't even know I existed. But of course, it was meant to be.
Mm-hmm.
And the heart wants what it wants.
Obviously.
I didn't have a parent that would do talks with me.
Yeah.
So I'm just feeling all of it by myself, thinking this world is just so freaking heavy.
Yeah.
Everything matters so much. Like the idea of a permanent.
What? I know.
Today there is, and not in the way we think of like our school and like detentions and suspension. No, social media is now our permanent record of our entire existence. And God help me.
I'm so glad I did not grow up with it. I'm so glad.
To have your entire life documented for the world to pick apart and see and decide whether you're worthwhile or not. The age of 10, 11, 12, 13, like, oh my God, the pressure.
Yeah.
I can't imagine the pressure of girls going through that. Like, oh my God.
Zoe does not have social media. My son Quinn has no interest in it right now, it seems like, anyway. He'll be 10 next month. But Zoe has been begging for a phone for a while. And I finally got her an iPad about a year ago and, you know, have like the parental controls on it and stuff. And she doesn't have a Facebook page, doesn't have Instagram or anything. And I have that thing turn into a brick at 8:00 on school nights, because I'm like, your friends do not need 24-hour access to you.
Mm-hmm.
They do not. Nobody needs 24-hour access to you. And I feel like I have done a disservice to her at some point by constantly having my phone attached to me and having my work email on my phone.
Now, I needed 24/7.
Okay, I need you to understand, but you aren't. Like, what kind of message is that, you know? And so since I got her the iPad, I've been really working very hard to try and not be so attached to my phone. And it's hard. It really holds a mirror to yourself and you realize how addicted you really are to your phone. I mean, that thing, it's not in my pocket, it's in my hand.
Yeah.
I go to the bathroom and I'm like hiking up my britches with one hand because I can't put my stupid phone down. And it's like, you don't even realize sometimes until you finally like come to the present moment and you're out of your head and you're like, what am I doing?
Yes.
Like, put the damn phone down.
And there's nothing here that is valuable.
No. And like the lives in the game I want to play won't even refill for another hour. So what?
And I tell Ryan, we do not spend real money on games.
Wing.
It's okay. The shade was necessary.
Mm-hmm.
I do spend money for games, but like in like Roblox, Minecraft, or those games where you can buy lives or we don't spend money on that. If you're out of lives, you're just shit out of lives.
Yeah.
You can wait. But the games themselves, we will purchase the game. And that is the extent of the money they're getting.
Yeah.
I'm not buying more things just to play. Like once a game gets to a place where you play it, unless you spend money to play it, because the level is unwinnable
Mm-hmm.
without spending money, I'm out. I delete it. I'm over it.
Yeah.
And yes, I'm like, okay, I need to be done.
Yeah.
You're probably getting to a place where you're like cognizant of it. And I'm aware of it, my addiction to this device.
Yeah.
I am nowhere near figuring out how to let it.
Yeah.
Nowhere near. And my son, I had a rule with my son is if at any point he said he wouldn't go outside or wouldn't play with his friends in real life or wouldn't get up and we're going to go to a restaurant or an activity or whatever out in the world, if ever he said, no, I want to be on my iPad, we've gone too far.
Yeah.
Luckily for me, we haven't gotten. He's like, okay, it's bedtime. It's off. It's time to go to school. It's time to go to school. It's off. Like he knew when his friends are around, it's like he knows how to turn it off and he knows how not to use it. So we haven't policed it much. I'm assuming as he gets older, I'm gonna have to police it more. But I'm still in the place, especially because Ryan is a boy. He still looks at me as fun and he wants to be around me. The day that changes, the amount of heartbreak I will feel.
Quinn is my baby. And my friends joke with me sometimes. They've said, you are going to be the worst mother-in-law. I'm like, correction. I'm not going to be a mother-in-law. He's never leaving. I know, but I'm still like the center of his world.
Yes.
And I love that so much. Being a boy mom is not something I ever thought.
I wanted to be a girl mom. I thought Ryan was going to be a girl. I was excited. I wanted to have a girl in my life.
We have so much in common.
And
that we really need to flesh out.
We are best friends. And meeting somebody like that was the other thing I wanted to do about. I was like meeting somebody who you can be you. You can say the weird thing. Like, you know that meme, say the weird thing. You can say it to somebody and they don't go, I know that about you now. Like,
this was weird.
Yeah. I went to a party once and I thought like that white elephant type of thing is supposed to be gag gifts.
It's not.
They took it so seriously.
Other people.
Gag gifts and they're like, what is this? I'm like, it's a candle that says Bofadis nuts. Smells like banana bread. It's delightful. Amazing. The fact that you're like rolling your eyes at me tells me this is not my belief. Exactly. I don't belong here. Oh
no, this was a good audition.
I did take it back along with the book Terrible Affirmations or something. And the book was really just all horrible things you think you are the worst. Like nobody wants to hear your bullshit. It's just full of that.
It's your inner voice on paper.
Yes, I have given it to so many people. And when they get it, this is how I know if you're like my person. You get the book and you go, oh, that's hilarious. Or you go, what is this? You're not my person. One that thinks it's funny is my person. And so, yes, we are like this. To the point of, do I ever make my son? I thought I would have a girl. I have so much to teach a girl.
Yeah.
And I had a boy. And not that I was disappointed. And I really wasn't, because I was told I wasn't going to have kids at all. So the fact that I had Ryan was a miracle in and of itself.
Yeah.
I was happy that he was coming.
Yes. Bonus.
So then I had to kind of wrap my head around, like, I've been preparing for what I would teach a girl. Now I have to figure out what I would teach a boy. One, I whisper to him every night, keep it in your pants. I feel like the subliminal messaging
it's important.
Is going to get in.
It's important.
Now, will he need therapy to get my voice out of his head when he wants to finally get busy with somebody? So somebody,
I mean, when he's old enough to overcome it, then he might be old enough to let it out.
That's exactly. I tell him often, because I feel like I'm trying to raise a man who is going to be a partner to a woman or even a man. It doesn't really matter, but a partner.
Yeah.
And not just someone who's a lump and doesn't think they have any
What's
role
for
to
dinner?
play. Yeah. In this relationship.
I don't have any clean underwear.
So I'm trying to teach him how to anticipate needs and whatever. And I say this a lot. I'm like, my daughter, and I think it's going to be girls, because he's now saying this thing, like, if you say, is it hot? He goes, what, like a woman? Like he hears the word hot
Okay.
and then from 3 rooms away, like a woman.
Funny.
But so I say, no daughter-in-law of mine
Mm-hmm.
is going to be crying in my kitchen
Mm-hmm.
because my son doesn't know how to care. It's just not going to happen.
So important.
So I actually have to, all that active parenting I thought I would have to do to nurture a daughter and love not just raise my daughter, but love my daughter. And all the things I need to teach her to the self-reliance, the self-respect, the confidence, all those things that I also do because I have a boy. And so the same thing, the same lessons I'm teaching him,
Yeah.
even though he's a boy. And I'm like, Ryan's going to know what a period is.
Yes.
He's going to see the blood and not get freaked out about it. He's like,
Yes.
Mom, you bleeding? I'll go get your Band-Aid.
Yeah.
It's like nothing to him because he realizes this is the thing that women do in order to have a baby in the belly. Now, I haven't talked to him. I haven't had sex talk with him or anything. He doesn't know the activity,
Right.
but he knows enough about hormones and cycles and what girls go through. And I'm like, your friends, it's 6th, 7th grade, or this is going to happen to them for the first.
Yeah.
And you're not going to be a boy who sees some girl that has a blood stain on her shorts or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
or they're going through something and you're not going to go, ew, that's gross. You're going to be someone who gives her your jacket to wrap around her waist and be like, go take care of it.
I love that.
Like, that's who you're going to be. But that's work. Yeah.
Because it's like, it almost feels like it's built into them that this is not their business. And
Yeah.
it's a weird thing because it's like, I never taught you that this wasn't your business, or I never taught you that this stuff was just for girls and this other stuff is just for boys. But somewhere along the line, it's almost like a line gets drawn where like there's certain things that he wants to know about and he's comfortable with. And there's other things that like, if you mention it, he's like, ooh, gross. What's that? I'm like, what do you mean gross?
Yeah.
When did that become gross? At what point, what experience did you have? Or what has somebody said to you that made you think that this is something gross and something that we should not think about or talk about? It's
Right.
why you're here. It's
Right.
how you're here. And you should be just as well versed in it as the other gender, because this is how we normalize these things. This is how we make it less frustrating, less scary for little girls, you know? And I had been talking with my daughter about, you know, getting her period for probably 4 years now because she went to sleepaway camp.
Mm-hmm.
Because I got my period when I was 10.
Yeah.
And so when she went away to sleepaway camp, I think she was going on 10. I was like, wouldn't this be the time
Mm-hmm.
for it to happen? And so I sent her with like a little package of stuff and I briefly like went over what it was. Like, if anything happens, they'll call me. I was like, I don't want you to worry. This isn't anything scary. I said, but it's better to just be prepared than not. I said, plus if you see it in the bathroom when you're at camp, you'll know what it is.
Yeah.
Thankfully, nothing happened for the next couple of years. And now she just, when it happens, it's no big deal. She's just like, yeah, I got my period.
Right.
And so I try and like talk about it a little bit in front of Quinn, but of course now she's like super embarrassed if I say anything in front of him.
Mm.
I'm also trying to make sure that he doesn't grow up to be, you know, like you said, like one of these boys who's like ill, because it's not ill.
No.
It's very normal.
Yes. And I want him to be one of those boys where, and not to use hormones as an excuse, but I say from the time you hit puberty as a girl to 25, your mind is an itchy sweater.
It's a great analogy.
The level of discomfort.
Yeah.
And there are times where it's like months on end where it just feels horrible. Okay, what's the role a boy can play in that? Like, okay,
Right.
this is not how I feel. I can't empathize with you, or I don't know how to get to walking in your shoes with you.
Right.
And I said, your job is to care for her.
Yeah.
Your job is to understand. Your job is, does she need ice cream? What do you need? And so Ryan makes me tea. So he's like,
Aw.
Mommy, are you cramping? Do you need some tea?
Aw, so cute.
Don't ever change.
Yeah.
Keep doing this.
Yeah.
But it just takes effort. And I'm trying to be age appropriate, like recognizing he's a child,
Right.
to handle me on my period. Now I don't have him anymore.
Mhm.
God, now you do that.
I had chemo. It blasted away my ovaries, so I don't get it anymore
Really?
either. Yeah, fine.
I love this because I started going through perimenopause, and I've talked about this a little bit on my show, and I'm like, no, not me. I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, whenever I've felt good, because I'm a hormonal nightmare, I've always felt even keel when I've had an IUD. So I went and got that. And last few times I haven't had any periods when I had an IUD, and just been fantastic. Love it.
Listen, any month you can go without bleeding for 7 straight days is a great month.
Right?
Also, not worrying that you're pregnant. That is a big caveat.
And mine was always irregular. So there's no telling what's in there.
The stress.
Could be. I didn't do enough. I would have known.
There would have been signs.
Oh, you can't be pregnant. Boys don't come near you.
Is your nickname Mary? Terrible.
It's like, I want to have a pregnancy.
You're really isolated when you're like, I wish I could have a pregnancy scare.
Look at you stressed out. It's like you boyfriend.
My face hurts. Feels like it's too much.
Yeah. There was a time when I was like trying,
Mm-hmm.
and then you have that anticipation, like where now you want it to not show up,
Yeah.
and then the fucker shows up, and you're like, God damn it!
Yeah.
He's
You've never been on time a day in your life.
And here I
am, trying in the
Just-
good, in the mental space. I'm like doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
I didn't get on top. I was
I kept my legs in there for a half hour. I don't know if you ever watched Roseanne when you were younger.
Know this episode.
I felt like this was, at least for back then, like very age inappropriate for me. But like, I guess she and Dan were like trying to have a baby or something. I don't know. And I forget the specifics of it, but like, I don't know if he asked her to like come out of the room or whatever, or something was going on in the other room. And she was like, I can't get up for another 10 minutes. And it was like one of those things that like clicked way later on in life, you know, where like the light bulb comes on. You're like, oh, that's why she was doing that in that episode 20 years ago.
Nobody can tell me anything about this. It's already real. I hate admitting this. No, I don't. It's fine. I used to watch, or like I would stay up and watch Melrose Place.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to be Heather Locklear so bad.
Mm-hmm. I wasn't allowed to.
My parents were kind of around.
My parents were all over me. I had to sneak to watch Dawson's Creek. And it just got so exhausting that I got through like 4 episodes. I'm like, this isn't even worth it.
Yeah. My parents, it was good. It was better than
Pros
they
and
were.
cons.
Right.
Pros and cons to
Pros
both.
and cons. But anyway, we TV raised us. Like,
Mhm.
so I'm watching things I absolutely should not have been watching, but I didn't have context for that because I didn't have cool friends who were doing stuff who
Mhm.
could, they certainly weren't going to tell me.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't have parents who gave me the talk. And my brother certainly isn't giving me the talk.
Yeah.
So now I'm watching this for entirely too long.
Mhm.
And I knew scientifically how babies were made.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that sex happened.
Yeah.
But you have to turn off the light.
Have
You have to do a lot of kissing. And then you have to lay down the bed and you have to pull a white sheet over both of while you're kissing.
Where's the lie?
And then you're just laying down. And there would be more kissing, but I didn't factor in that. I believed with my whole chest. And then when you have your first time and you realize, oh shit, that's what that is.
That's why they put the sheet over it.
I'm not supposed to see none of this. And I was like, I remember asking, so what do I do? Like, what am I?
Who's in charge here?
Yes. You've done this, right? What do I do?
Exactly.
And then, so going back to feeling like a grown up,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay, this is a grown up moment.
Yeah.
I also felt like when I have a grown up moment, parts of my childhood were like destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
When you find out that song Pony isn't about horses
Girl.
or the train,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
also not about train.
What is not?
And when I found that out, I was like, wait, my teachers were dancing to that at the dance
Mhm.
in 8th grade.
Gross. Ew, Mrs. Carso, you shouldn't know what that means.
And then you realize, like, as you get, like, you now put it together, my teachers got pregnant. Wow. You don't put 2 and 2 together.
No.
Like, this person had to do a thing.
No.
Now that infects your brain as an adult.
Yes, very much so. I have these weird feelings when I'm in the car listening to my music, because we all know that 90s hip hop and R&B is the greatest music
Yes.
of all time, and I will die on that hill.
Yeah.
So much of what I listened to makes me blush now. Even when I'm alone in the car. So I'm like, I can't believe not only was I listening to that, but my mom was listening to that, and she was singing along in the car.
Oh my God.
Very strict. Like, there was no margin for error whatsoever.
Yeah.
And it just blows my mind to think about the music that I was listening to and singing along to. I listen to it now, and like sometimes it'll come on when my kids are in the car, and I'm like, are they? Because I never processed any of those
Yeah.
lyrics at
Yeah.
that age.
Yes.
But I feel like maybe it's me, maybe I'm projecting, but I really feel like they're so much more aware of things
Oh,
than
yeah.
when we were. when we were
100
young,
they are.
because I don't know, like I can't bring myself to sing Rump Shaker with my kids in the car, or No Diggity, also one of my favorites.
Yes.
Uh,
And that,
just like listen, Notorious B.I.G.
Yes.
is my absolute favorite. Hypnotize is my
Yes.
favorite song from his whole discography. I know it front to back to front.
yes.
And I could rap the entire thing in my car. But there's something about it when it comes on when my kids are in the car, and I'm just like, Dick Black like Kobe? No, we can't be doing that. Can't be doing that when the kids are in the car. I
Mhm.
just can't. Even though they probably won't even understand what the words are, but I'm so self-conscious about it. But also, like, I want to teach them what good music is.
Well,
So how do you do?
okay. So I curse him is still my beating heart.
These are not bad words. These are adult words, and you can say them when you're an adult. That's what we say in our house.
Yeah. Words are
Crazy.
words. They're there to convey a meaning.
Yeah.
And do we use them at school? No. Do we use them at a funeral? No. There are times when you need to use certain words.
Sentence enhancers.
Right. So for Ryan, it's the way old people talk. So there's no taboo about it. There's no desire to engage in that kind of speech,
Mm-hmm.
because that's like talking like his 40-year-old mother.
Yeah.
There's no reason for him to do that. And he's like, Mom. But there are times where he goes, Mom, I thought all the words. I did. Thought them. I didn't say it, but I thought that. And
Yeah.
then he would stub his toe and he'd go, and I'm like, what, Ryan, what happened? Because like when he says it, like there's some emphasis.
Yeah.
He goes, Mom, I stubbed my toe and now my toe is bleeding. I'm like, good is appropriate. I'll allow it. And so he listens to everything I listen to.
Yeah.
We sing it together.
Yeah.
I'm nervous, fuck. I don't care.
Yeah.
My feeling on it, because he has asked me, he goes, Mom, what does this mean?
Yeah.
And we listened to a song. The song was about a person resorting to drug dealing to survive and provide. And like, I'm a kid, my dad's not at home, my mom's working, but we don't have enough to eat. So I'm going to go and sell crack. I'm going to go and sell them because that's what provides for my family. And he was like having a conversation about it. I keep telling him and my husband and whoever else, because I warn people when they let their kids stay at that.
Yeah.
I don't shelter Ryan.
Yeah.
I would rather provide the context for what he's hearing than some 12-year-old boy. I'd rather him hear from me what this song means
Mm-hmm.
than a whole bunch of kids.
Yeah.
Who are making stuff.
I mean, I employ a similar idea with my kids in terms of music. If there are swear words in the music, I'm like, you guys love to sing, especially Quinn, he loves to sing. If there's a swear word in a song and you're singing it and we're in the car, sing the
Mhm.
song.
Yeah.
Sing the song.
Right.
I don't know that my kids have ever yelled the F word when they've stubbed their toe, but I've definitely heard damn it several
Yes.
times. And I've heard shit a few times recently. I
Yeah.
don't think that they know that I've heard it, but
Yeah.
it is what it is, you know? they use them appropriately, and I've never heard them use them in a setting that would.
Yes.
I think it's more for me is a lot of like the content in that music that I was raised on,
Mhm.
which is so crazy, right? It's just so, it's very sexual in nature, I feel
Mhm.
like, which I don't have an issue with discussing with my kids, but I feel like they also get very uncomfortable when mommy's music comes out of the car, because not only can they hear what a lot of the songs are about,
Mhm.
but they also see me jamming out. And I think that's where it's different from like when I was younger
Yeah.
to where they are now. Like I never made the connection between like, my mom singing at the top of her lungs to a Madonna song in the
Right.
car and like doing the Vogue hand
Yes.
movements.
Yeah.
Whereas my kids, I feel very strongly that when they get that uncomfortable feeling, they're like, oh my God, what are we even doing? Why are we listening to this? Like
Yeah.
I feel like they make that connection between like what the song is talking about and the fact that I'm enjoying it.
That's uncomfortable.
Right.
So far, either if he has, he's not brought it up to me.
Yeah.
Mom gets down. Mom
Gets down.
Yes. Like I sing it at the top of my lungs and I don't care. Like part of me is like, I think I've earned the right. I'm old enough.
Yeah.
To not have to censor myself and
Yeah.
not have to sequester myself to listen to music. And music today is not any better.
No, it's not.
And it's different for us because I think we're the first generation where cursing was allowed on TV, where cursing was allowed in the music, and then it played on the radio. Even if they bleeped it, you knew.
You knew.
They didn't bleep things in the 70s. So this is now our language in our culture.
Yeah.
So it's only us that are like, all our music is about sex. It's about drugs. It's about violence. It's about
infidelity.
It's about so many things.
Yeah.
And they're now like having to find where their place is between the music we listen to and the music they listen.
I feel like they're good. Our generation of parents, for the most part, at least the people that I've found that I surround myself with, and I would imagine it's very similar for you, is that we're not afraid to have these conversations with our kids. I don't ever expect to need to sit down with my kids and have the sex talk. Anything that was age appropriate that came up on the radio, on TV, in a personal conversation, something they overheard. Zoe was there when my son was born. She saw him come out. I had him at home.
Yeah.
She was in the birthing tub with me. Like she knows all the things.
Yeah.
And was like, my brother Quinn came out of my mom's vagina.
Right.
And man, the calls that flooded into school the next day.
Yeah.
Tracy was my daughter's teacher then. And she was like, I'm not passing any of these calls on to you. She's like, I told them what the business was. She's like, what she said is true. Sorry if you don't want to talk to your kids about it,
Well,
but also maybe talk to Zoe and
and
not everybody knows that.
So similar, because I told Ryan the scientific words for things.
Yeah.
We don't make up some euphemism for our body part.
Right.
This is your penis. These are your testicles. This is a vagina. And he's like, it must be in there somewhere. And I'm like, stop fishing around. I don't have one. This is a vagina. It looks different. But girl, you're born with things that look different.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I wanted him to know that. So he talks about his penis and he talks about his testicles. And I was like, we were trying to figure out what the space is between your anus and your testicles.
Yeah.
What's the word? And I'm thinking of a word. I'm like, I don't even know if that means that. So I'm like Googling it. I'm like, do boys have a perineum?
Yeah.
Is that the same term for a boy as it is for a girl?
Yeah.
I'm like, it's a space.
Yeah.
So I'm like, we're going to call it a perineum. We're going to say it's the space between your anus.
So I'm a nurse and I used to work in the ER when I first became a nurse a long time ago. And there was a homeless guy that would come in all the time. And one of the things I will never forget is he came in one day and he was complaining about his nacho. He's like, my nacho is killing me. And we're like, I don't get it. Like,
What's a nacho?
What is a nacho? And he was like, that space in between your balls and your ass is like not your balls and it's not your ass, it's just your nacho. And I was like, wow,
By the way,
I like that name
Well,
way better.
yes.
Way better.
I'm going to tell Brian that when I get home. Do it. This is your nacho.
This is your nacho.
It's not your balls. It's not your ass.
I will never forget that.
That's the best thing I've heard.
Yeah.
Okay.
Use it. Spread it wide.
Okay. So I have a dirty mind. And when I hear a sentence, there's several options that have of retorts that come up.
Mm-hmm.
And
You have to do a rapid assessment of who you're with and like which one's appropriate. Like, where do I land on this scale?
no.
Maybe.
Like maybe, but sometimes by the time I get to maybe, the time has passed.
Yeah.
So I have a friend at one of my clients. He's my dirty joke person. So we'll
Huh?
be in a meeting and I'm like,
Huh? Typing over here on Slack.
here are the 3 things to say. And you like spread it wide. I'm like,
Yeah. My little radar went off as soon as I said it.
it was so good. So we're definitely past an hour. Have no fucking clue how long past an hour. But I'm going to sum up a little bit
Mm-hmm.
of what we talked about today. Part of coming together, one, meeting you and having this conversation with you and like how awesome it has been and how similar we are and that we understand each other.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking about what it means to be an adult, what it means to be a child, and how we feel about ourselves
Mm-hmm.
today, and how it relates to being a parent, and how it relates to being a woman, and how it
Mhm.
relates to even allowing our personalities. Can you be an adult? The childlike version of yourself come out. And I kind of always said to myself that as a child, I'm a child if I'm willing to sacrifice my future for my present. If the majority of the time I'm sacrificing my future for my present, I'm a child. I'm an adult.
Yeah.
And so that moment when I'm always choosing to be responsible,
Mm-hmm.
like brushing my teeth and taking my son, all of those feel like adult behaviors
Mhm.
because it sucks. I hate taking pills, but I do it because I need to keep my hair on my fucking head.
Yeah.
Now you've had the experience of losing your hair
Mhm.
completely. My hair thinned quite a bit. My hair thinned recently going through perimenopause,
Mhm.
like really. And I had like, I'm going to shave it off.
Mm.
And like the resounding thing was between Ryan and Bruce was, no, don't do it. Like, it sounds liberating.
Yeah.
I'm now keeping my hair on my head. I'm keeping my skin from hitting the floor. Like I'm just trying to stay upright.
Yeah.
At this point
Yeah.
to do that.
It's very adult.
That's eating a bran muffin is adult behavior. I want the fries.
Yeah.
I eat the bran.
Yeah.
That's adult behavior. But I think at a certain point, it does flip away where you can say, you know what? I don't always have to be responsible. And there's a place where you can adult too much,
Mm-hmm.
where you are always sacrificing your present for your future. You're always deferring the fun
Yeah.
because you're worried about what could happen in the future if someone saw you the way you are.
Yeah. That's one of the things, honestly, that I really love about Eric. And I feel like this is going to like segue into something like totally separate. So I'll just try and like kind of keep it
Yeah.
very brief. But I was married for almost 20 years. I got married very young and we didn't have kids for a while. Things were great. We got to do whatever we wanted to do. We had kids, become more responsible. And then, you know, the fun just starts falling off at some point. The
Mhm.
wheels start falling off and whatever. Not for everybody,
Yeah.
but for me. And so I had been in a place for so long where there was no play. There was
Yes.
very little like childlike joy.
Yes.
It was all adult stuff and very boring and soul sucking. And like, I had just kind of resigned myself to the fact like, well, this is what it is now.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we're 40.
Yeah.
And then meeting Eric and spending time with him and doing play dates with our boys and stuff, he wasn't just going to the park and letting the kids run around so that they could leave him alone for a little while.
Yeah.
He was there like on the swings with
He
them.
engages,
He engages
with his kids.
He does. He's so present.
Yes.
And he is very playful. And like he will engage. Like when I'm home and my kids are like doing their own thing, I'm like, this is great.
Yeah.
This is great. We'll be home with his kids sometimes and they'll be doing their own thing. And he'll say to them, Lenny, you want to play?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yes.
He wants to play and he wants to engage and he's very playful. And then when it's not his kids and it's just us, like we're not just going off doing adult things, like we're playing,
Yes.
you know, like we
Yes.
go and we play at the volleyball court, or the first couple times we went to the beach together, like we brought a Frisbee and a football and my softball glove, which I hadn't broken out in 25 years, you know? And it was just like this feeling of like, oh my God, you can have fun as an adult.
Yes.
You don't have to
Yes.
have a stick up your ass 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, like looking for the next bill that's coming in the mail or
Yes.
like the next opportunity to make $1 million. Like you can just take all of that off, drop it, and go do something fun and playful for no reason other
Other
than
than-
you want to.
Yeah.
It's okay.
And I think for a lot of parents, one, we prioritize our kids
Yeah.
and we go, okay, we need to do for them. We need to shuttle them to 18 different places. We need
Yeah.
to prioritize their education. We need to prioritize their bedtimes
Yeah.
and their routines and all of this stuff. And we have to be these kind of perfect parents.
Yeah.
And it leaves, especially when they go to bed at certain time. And like by then you're exhausted. You're
Mhm.
up at 5 a.m. You're going to bed at 10. And then I'm a night owl, so I'm still up. I want to play.
Yeah.
And then I had this thing in my episodes with Eric, we talked about, I wasn't looking for happiness. I was looking for joy.
There's a difference.
It's a big difference. And I wanted to know what it was like to experience it, to not necessarily to its fullest, because I'm not going to be reckless about it, but
Right.
I wanted to play. I don't want to just sit in my house and do the right thing all the time.
Yeah.
I want to make cookies and have it be a disaster and make a mess.
Well, that makes sense.
Well, clean it up.
I know.
But it's Ryan and I, and this is great with Ryan. He's be spontaneous with me.
Yeah.
We're like, it's 10 o'clock at night. It was a long weekend. He didn't have to go to school the next day. He's like, Mom, we forgot to make the brownies today. And I bought all the ingredients to make these Mexican hot chocolate brownies.
Ooh.
Oh, it's delicious. And he's like, oh, I really wanted to do it. I'm like, there's nothing stopping us.
Yeah.
Let's do it. It's 10 o'clock. It'll be done by midnight. We'll eat a brownie and go to bed. It doesn't matter. And that's what we did. And that's kind of what I'm in the mood for now. I like when I
Yeah.
go on vacation, I want to wander through a city and be like, ooh, and just
Yeah.
walk into a place.
Let's do that.
Let's just do that.
Yeah.
And I don't think we give ourselves enough room as adults to do those things. We think that we don't have the energy for it. We think we don't have the time for it. We think we don't have the money for it.
Mhm.
So much of my fun is cheap or free.
Yeah.
Like Ryan and I, okay. I told you my husband is a very straight-laced, calm, wonderful person. And I love that he balances me. It's like you and Eric, right?
Mhm.
That balance that you have. But when he's not there, because I'm loud.
Mhm.
It's loud.
Mhm.
And Ryan and I are doing dumb shit in the living room. Like,
I love
we
that.
went on Facebook and we found this account of, you know, where you see people trying to lift each other, like these partner challenges.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
we're going to do the Titanic move or whatever.
Yeah.
And he and I just attempted like a dozen of them
Yeah.
with varying degrees of not success.
Yeah.
We did that for hours
Yeah.
and it was a blast.
Yeah.
And I think when we were talking earlier, like, are you a kid? Are you an adult?
Yeah.
I think every moment we choose which one we need to be or have to be or expected to be. And that means if we believe it's a choice, then that means you can choose
Yeah.
to be childlike any point in your life.
Yeah.
Even over 40. And probably especially so.
Yeah. I mean, you have to make that choice to prioritize yourself and your seeking of joy. And that was one of the things that made me really nervous when I got divorced and became a single parent, was like, okay, well, I have these 2 kids and I have to work. And like now I'm even more strapped for time. Like, how am I going to find the time to like do the fun things with the kids when I have all these other things that are now falling on me as a single parent? And, volleyball has come back into my life. I played in high school and I loved it. And I really forgot how much joy it brought until Eric and I started playing last year. And so I have really made sure that even when I have my kids, if I have something going on that I know is going to bring me joy and help me release a lot of those stress, the stress hormones that come on from just doing all the adulting things, I know it's going to make me a better parent. It's going to make me more fun and more present with them. So it's been an adjustment, but I have learned to prioritize myself in those moments when I know that I need it.
Yeah.
And it really has, I feel like it really has paid off, because, there are times when we're super busy and we got to go and do and check off all the things. But in the moments that the kids and I have together, where it's just the 3 of us, there have been many times where the kids have been like, this is fun. I'm having fun with you. You're a lot more fun. You seem really happy.
Yes.
And never would have heard that from them before.
Right.
Like, you seem really happy. I'm really happy for you. My daughter will say that to me. I'm so glad you're happy. I'm so glad you have fun. And that's important to me.
Yes.
Because I think that also sets an example too. I don't remember my mom going out and doing fun stuff. I mean, we had a babysitter on occasion.
No.
Have fun.
And by the way, they weren't having fun. About
stuffy
bills,
dinner.
and they talked about you, and and then they came home.
Yeah. But she gets to see us. She and Quinn get to see me having fun and being celebrated as a person.
Yeah.
And not just like, somebody who's required to do a bunch of stuff around the house. And I feel like that's setting a really good example for them to know that like your role when you grow up is not just to be a super stuffy adult. You don't have to get rid of all the fun. You don't have to be a boring person and be uncool.
You might have to schedule it.
You might have to schedule it.
You can do it.
You can do
And there is room for being whimsical, and there is room for frivolity, and there is room for all of those things that are quote unquote childlike juvenile behavior. There's room for it. There's times and places for it. And you have to make the time for it.
Yeah.
I actually want to make the time for it.
Yeah.
And not be like, that's not for me. Games are not for me. I'm a grown up. Toys are not for me because I'm a grown up.
Yeah.
Not that kind of show. It's not that kind of show. But I can watch an animated movie. I am a fully grown adult with the ability to choose.
Yeah.
And I think that's where I wanted to kind of come to as a point with talking to you is like, maybe it's not either or, maybe it's
for adults when we have to be. But I think one of like the big unlocks, like the level up, if you will, is when you realize as an adult, there's a time for seriousness, but there is still plenty of time for fun.
Yes.
It's there if you want it.
And I think even for you, because you have a very demanding job, so do I. And people are like, I don't have time for it. I work a lot. I don't have time for it. I have a lot of kids. I don't have time for it. I don't have a lot of money. You don't know the pressure I'm under. And that's a lot of the things that I get. Like, you don't know the pressure. I have aging parents. I have this, I have that. And you make all of these things in this long list of responsibilities. And I can make that list too. That list never ends. It only ever gets longer the older I've gotten.
Yeah.
And what I think the epiphany I had is that will still be there.
Yep.
And so long as finding your moments of joy doesn't harm someone, like your mom's going to the hospital, now's not the time to go to escape.
Right.
Like, sorry, I have an appointment.
Right.
Maybe that's not the time. But you can't in the moment in between crisis, you can't always be going, I need to be ready for the crisis and be responsible and always do that. Like there's a time and I'm very busy and I have a lot of those same responsibilities. And I have a lot of those same hurdles and headaches. And I will tell you, that spending $8.99 on a tiara and wearing it at your board meeting is priceless.
Absolutely.
That is the era I'm in.
Mhm.
And I make no apologies for it. I got dared to wear headphones with like pussycat ears.
I saw them at your restaurant.
And I wear them.
They're awesome.
I'm a professional. I wear them. I don't care.
Yeah.
And I haven't gotten fired.
Yeah.
And I love them.
Yeah.
And it's fine.
Yeah.
So same thing. Like, it doesn't have to be big. We don't have to go to Disney and spend $8,000 for the joy. You can just do something silly at home.
Yeah.
And,
Silly and
finding a way to be silly and letting all that mask and all that stuff fall away from you
Mhm.
and just be whatever
Yeah.
is a very freeing experience. And I highly recommend 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10 would do again.
That's-
And I think you also have to keep in mind, like, the things that are fun, there are things that are fun that you would not even realize.
Yeah.
Like, what's something fun we can do? Like, just what I have learned is just giving your kid one-on-one attention to do something.
Yes.
It just becomes fun because that's like one of the few times that they'll actually like really truly just like put down their devices or whatever and like interact with you, because the feeling that they get of like having your undivided attention is like a drug. It's like a drug to
Right.
them. And I just,
Yeah.
I get that with my daughter later in the evenings when, you know,
Mhm.
all the other stuff is done and she just wants my attention and I want to be able to give it to her, and we'll just sit and talk, or she'll like bring a pad of paper in and like we'll just doodle and draw some
Yes.
stuff out, and it just turns into something. You know, you don't have to have a plan. Just be open to the fun and the fun will come.
Right.
Yeah.
To an experience.
Yeah.
And I know some people like will close themselves off and don't want to find the joy.
Yeah.
And I had to do some introspection for myself of why I would turn away opportunities
Yeah.
for it. Even ones that just kind of show up. Why am I turning away an opportunity? Why am I saying I don't like a thing?
Mhm.
And actually, before I even can know for sure if I won't like a thing,
Mhm.
why am I saying that I don't like a thing?
Yeah.
And why am I not open to a new experience that could potentially be fun?
Yeah.
Like I did this about ice skating. Like I'm uncoordinated. I'm a klutz. I'm a mess.
Mhm.
And I'm like, I don't want to go ice skating. I don't want to bowl.
Yeah.
I bowl the way Charles Barkley golfs. If you've ever Googled that video, it's the same
That's
mechanic.
what I'm going to have to.
I bowl the same way.
Mhm.
And so I don't enjoy bowling.
Mhm.
But part of it is I'm competitive and I feel like I need to be good at it. And how dare I, as an adult, have bumpers put up when I bowl?
Why not?
And I'm like, and so I would not go because I didn't want to embarrass myself. And same thing with ice skating. I didn't want to fall and embarrass myself.
Yeah.
I felt like that would not be fun.
Yeah.
And then I went like, who cares if I fall?
Yeah.
Who cares if I have the bumpers on? I'm still only getting a pin. I don't know how that's possible, but that's fine.
Yeah.
I don't know what my wrist is doing when it's letting go of this ball, but it doesn't matter.
Mhm.
It literally doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I can just launch an 8-pound ball down a lane
Yeah.
and it doesn't matter the outcome.
No.
And the more ridiculous I do that,
Mhm.
the more fun this, and
Absolutely.
that's okay. So I think that's the lesson I would leave for anybody listening to this in this conversation is you can be both. You can be an adult. You can be a child. You find your moments. Be open to your moments. You find your people.
Yeah.
Who will let you do it. Because that's probably as critical as you being the person that lets you do it.
If you go somewhere with a white elephant gift and they give you a raised eyebrow, like WTF is this? Just turn around and leave.
Yep.
Not the place. The vibe is off.
Well, and I love that you joined me today. I hope you want to do it again.
Yeah.
And we get to have more of these conversations because this has been so much fun.
Yeah.
This is Sheathel Weapon. I'm Lethal Sheathel. I need to give everybody a nickname, but you're going to get one. And then you'll introduce yourself as that.
I love it. Eric calls me the sheriff.
Oh, we will unpack that later.
Yeah.
We are going to unpack that next time. And for anybody wondering, yes, there will be a next time, whether you like it or not. Thank you. Hope to see
Thanks
you
for
again.
having me.
Thanks for hanging out with us today. If you love this episode, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss what's coming next. And hey, share it with your friends, share it with your family. Until next time, stay bold, stay real, peace out, deuces, and keep speaking your mind. See you soon.